Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the open greatly, and let's see if we can get some wins. So we're going to be trying out the Talonflame paired with the Diggersby and the Ferrothorn in the back. Here we're going to stay in for now. We are going to have to think about tanking the move, and we decided to tank it, and then we go for the fly. We do grab a shield. We're going to be able to get to another move here. This is going to grab the KO. And now we see the Azumarill come in. We're going to have to let it go because we really only have one answer to this Azumarill with our Ferrothorn. And we are going to be able to match up our correct Pokemon onto the Azumarill. They're staying in for now. We throw the Power Whip. They do survive it. They're going to be able to throw another Ice Beam here. Okay, they finally switch out into their Whimsicott. So Whimsicott here is going to fire off a lot of Seed Bombs, it looks like. We are not running Fire Punch, so we are going to be able to throw only Hyper Beam here. So this is going to get a lot of damage, or it's going to get the shield. Let's see what our opponent elects to do, and they decide to let it go. And now we are in a really favorable matchup here. We are going to be able to fire off a Scorching Sand, as this is going to get the KO, or it's going to get the Slash Shield. Our opponent here does elect to use Ice Beam here, but you know that we still have Ferrothorn available, and this is going to KO. So GG Star opponent able to win that game with the combination of the Diggersby in the back and making sure we align the Ferrothorn onto their Azumarill. All right, next game, let's see what do we find. We got the Talonflame versus the Clodsire. This is going to be unfavorable, but we are going to play the one shield because we need this Clodsire fairly low. We are going to fire off a move here. We'd like to go for the Brave Bird. They shielded, so that was a great shield by them. We switch out into the Diggersby. They're going to use their Gastrodon here. We're going to fire off the Hyper Beam. It does go through, and that's huge damage. We know that we can survive any move here. Earth Power does get revealed. We avoid the debuff. They are going to fire off another move. Is this Body Slam? Yep, it is the Body Slam. We are able to survive it, and just like that, we are able to flip the switch and come out with some energy. They are going to come back in here with the Jump Up, but now they know we have Hyper Beam. Are they going to shield here or let this go? They decided to shield it, and then we're going to switch out into the Talonflame. We're going to fire off this Brave Bird here. It doesn't quite KO, but we know that this is going to we're going to have to shield, and then our opponent does go back into their Jump Up, fire off the Aerial Ace. We try to get an extra Incinerate damage, but they are going to fire off all their energy, and because of that, we are still in a good spot. I believe we can just go for Thunder here. Double Thunder hopefully is enough. We are going to tank these Aerial Aces. We get them into the yellow. We know this is going to be another Aerial Ace. We are going to throw this Thunder here. Is this going to KO from this range or barely not KO? Yeah, okay, it still is in the red. That's still okay because we are close to another move. They fire off their own Aerial Ace. They have back-to-back Aerial Ace, so this is going to come down to, are we going to be able to win the game with our Diggersby? And yes, we will. Thank goodness for the quick attack on the fast move, and we are able to fast move them down. All right, next game. Let's see. What do we face? We got the Talonflame versus the Feraligatr. This is a really bad matchup. It's a core breaker, and we are gonna lure out the superior, seems like. So it looks like they're gonna be able to fire off these Aerial Aces pretty quickly. Unfortunately for us, you're gonna have to throw Power Whips as both the moves are resisted, but at least Power Whips are same type attack bonus. And we're trying to catch a move, but our opponent does get our energy cut off. And then we are going to have to let this Hydro Cannon go through. Luckily, we do survive it. We are going to be able to throw off one move. We do get the shield at least. And then we're going to go into our Ferrothorn here to apply the pressure. We do grab that second shield. Here, we're going to let this Ferrothorn go through because it's already done its job. And then now we're going to save the shields for this Diggersby. We shield the first Hydro Cannon. We are going to elect to allow them to throw this next Hydro Cannon here. We know that we can survive it. We are going to build up a lot of energy. We're going to fire off this Scorching Sand before they get to another move. And now we see, oh, they are going to be able to fire off a move. We're going to try to get this Scorching Sand and farm down at this point. We don't want to commit a lot of energy with the Hyper Beam here. Okay, they like to tank it and then switch out. But unfortunately, it is a Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz here, pretty decent against this Diggersby. And unfortunately, that's a KO. So GG's to our opponent, unable to come back from that Ferrothorn. I mean, they had an answer for every street we had. So it was a pretty difficult game to come back from. All right, here we go. Get the Talonflame versus the Malamar. Malamar here is going to be able to fire off a move first. They elect to go for the foul play. That's fine. We're going to go for the we're going to go for the fly right here. And we're going to be able to grab another fly. This is going to get that second shield. So with 2 shielded down, we hope that that is enough to win the game. Here we're going to go into the Diggersby. It is going to tank the superpower. We know that the superpower here is not going to do as much damage, so they decide to dip out of there. And now we have a favorable matchup. This Ferrothorn versus the Azumarill. We have an opportunity to gain a ton of energy. We're going to fire off this Power Whip here. Once we have 2 Power Whips, and then we're going to find out how much health and how much energy we can farm. We are about to be at 100 energy, so we have to fire off this Power Whip. This is going to take out the Malamar. So they did try to catch the move, and then they're going to come back in here with their Azumarill. This Azumarill here is going to get taken out by our own Power Whip, and we see the Whimsicott lurking in the back. That is not great news. Moonblast does get revealed. We are going to have to only throw these Thunders. One Thunder here is not effective, but it is as good as it's going to get. Here we're going, actually, in this case, maybe we should be throwing Power Whips, but we are able to survive that, and then we're going to have to take another move. C-Bomb does take us out, and yeah, it looks like we needed to go for Power Whips right there. Even though it's resisted, at least we're going to be able to spam those a little bit more. So that was a mistake by us right there. We needed to go for the Power Whips, I believe. All right, here we go. We got the Talonflame versus the Clodsire. This is going to be played out in the 1 shield because we are going to try to build up to 2 moves. We go for the Brave Bird immediately here. Let's see if they let this go. They decide to let it go, so we're going to switch out and catch a move. It looks like we are going to be able to catch a Stone Edger, so that was really nice. Our opponent here does elect to go into the Mandibuzz, so this is where Hyper Beam comes into play, able to deal with the flyers at least. So we're going to at least get big damage, or it's going to get the shield. They elect to shield, so anticipating the Hyper Beam is actually a heads-up call by them, but that's a huge risk. Our opponent here does elect to go for the Dark Pulse. It doesn't quite KO, and unfortunately unable to reach that Hyper Beam. We're going to go into our Talonflame here and gain a little bit of energy. They go for the Arrow Ace, which is fine. Our opponent here does try to catch a move, but our opponent is going to get farmed down. We are able to get to another 2 flies, so this is going to take out the Mandibuzz, and now we have to deal with this Feraligatr. So Feraligatr here versus the Ferrothorn. Let's see who's going to be able to win this game. They are running the Crunch version, and they get the debuff, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We are going to fire off this Power Whip here. It's going to grab the shield. We are 1 fast move away from another Power Whip. This is going to KO. Yes, it will. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Ferrothorn in the back with the shield. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.